Hi guys, welcome to our first video for 2016. So we haven't done one of these in a while, so I thought we'd take a look at Jordan Spieth and show you some things we like about his golf swing. So we'll start with the basics here. Obviously he's got an alignment rod, so he's got that nailed down very well. See, his posture looks very clean. One of the things I like is you can see his shoulders are nice and relaxed. They're not pulled back as you may see some players at a dress, so therefore his arms hang pretty much vertically below his shoulders. Alright, so let's put our plane line in here, and we'll also put a line right across his backside here. So let's take a look at a couple things here. Takeaway is really spectacular. You'll see really just hugs the plane line going back. And one of the things that I really like is the club face position here. You see it's not the traditional what was taught back in the 90s toe up position. It's very square. And if you're not sure why that is square, leave me a note and we'll do another video on that. But that is a square club face, so therefore there's no manipulation of the face going back. We'll see further indication of that at our next checkpoint here. And you can see right about there, it looks like the club face is resting on the same angle as his spine. So at this position as well, club face is still nice and square. So if he was just hitting a pitch shot and this was the end of his backswing, he could just rotate through the ball and would not require any manipulation of the club face to hit it nice and straight. You'll see his hands have basically hugged the plane line to this position, and from here it's going to gently raise slightly above the plane. And another checkpoint as we get to the top. We'll see how his backside is now protruded slightly behind where his address position was. So that's giving him a nice deep rotation into his right hip. Weight is nicely planted somewhat into the heel. Very stable position there, so there's no early extension there. As we get him to the top, he's set here. Nice safe position with the hands at the top of the swing. Right just behind the top of the right shoulder, in position there at the top of the swing. So very good position there. Now what he's going to do from here, a lot of people talk about hips have to rotate. Let's take a look and watch his knees. So both knees are going to make that Hogan circular move. And right now he's back into his address position with his lower body. Knees have slightly more bend than they were at address, but he's in a nice stable position there. Already quite a bit of rotation leading from what some people may call the ground up. I believe it's really from his knees. Shaft is already replaned parallel to the original plane line. And then from there, we just go nice and slow. Shaft plane is still safe here. Club face is slightly more open than it was going back, but that's because of his shallowing move. You'll see the shaft is slightly more shallow than the plane line. But again, with that nice square club face, this is going to allow him to use a very safe and stable body release to square the club face. And you can see the club face is still slightly angled down here. And he's just going to continue. The body rotation is timed up nicely with his arms. And this is something pretty rare to see. Shaft is exactly parallel to the plane line, maybe an eighth of an inch above it, but perfectly on plane there. Still got some right arm bend left over, and that's very necessary for us to catch proper ball to ground contact. And then from here, right arm's going to straighten just about there. And look at the position if we go back to impact. Look at the difference between the body position at address and now impact. This is just showing how well he's rotating through. Club face is very stable. That's one of the trademarks of Jordan's swing. And then from here, he's going to have a little bit of extension in the spine as he continues to rotate. Club face is still relatively neutral here. And that body is basically swinging his arms through. So it, again, it's creating a very stable club face through the downswing. So this time we're not going to do a very long analysis like the Rory McIlroy video. But just want to highlight some things, show you some good traits in his golf swing, some things perhaps you can plug in and think about as you work on your golf swing for this year. Okay, so thanks for watching.